The last post Guy Ouellette made on his Facebook account said, 14-hour day and still rigging, the things I do for money. The 39-year-old oil rig worker from Estevan died 2 weeks later on December 14, 2009, when he was crushed beneath a drilling platform that collapsed where he was working near Kisby, Saskatchewan. 5 years later, Calgary company Bakken Energy pleaded guilty to 2 charges under Saskatchewan's occupational health and safety law for failing to ensure that a rig was properly inspected and failing to take action immediately when an unsafe condition is identified. Bakken was fined $28,000. The Calgary company Ouellette worked for, Eagle Well Servicing, who were contracted to service the well, also pleaded guilty to 2 charges under occupational health and safety regulations and was fined $18,200. It contravened regulations by failing to ensure a guy line needed to stabilize the rig had been attached. It also failed to ensure a logbook was reviewed and signed each day by a supervisor. In both cases, the Crown and defense agreed that the infractions that led to the guilty pleas did not cause or contribute to the accident. Court records show Ouellette made mistakes of his own, including failing to attach an auxiliary escape line, a mandatory device. CBC News found the median fine in Saskatchewan for the last 21 convictions involving a fatality was $42,000, second lowest to British Columbia. Ouellette's sister says those fines are not enough of a deterrent when so much money can be made in the industry.
My brother, overall did like working on the rigs, so I never bashed the rigs in any way. But I do think the fines need to be greater, and I think it will have more impact on the companies if the fines are greater.
Guy Ouellette's widow, Corey, agreed.
They were not even a slap on the wrist. In my opinion, the companies, the people working the jobs, the numbers that roll into their pockets every day, that was just pocket change to them. I don't believe it had an impact. I don't believe it made a huge difference.
Diane is a documentary filmmaker and almost immediately after Guy died began work on a film about his life and death. Rigger was completed this year. It was nominated for Best Film at the Saskatchewan Independent Film Awards. She wanted to show how Guy's death impacted the family, including his wife and 2 children who were 12 and 6 when he passed away.
My message is, if you feel unsafe or unsure, walk away, because your job is not worth your life.
After her husband died, Corey began a career as a safety advisor in healthcare. She says workers have the right to say no to dangerous situations and long hours.
Your family doesn't deserve for you not to come home. They shouldn't have to go through what we went through.
Guy's employer, Eagle Well Servicing, which is now owned by Western Energy Services, declined comment for the story. Bakken is no longer in business. Its former CEO, John D. Wright, said it was a horrible tragedy and obviously there would have been a way to prevent it in the long term if all the proper safety precautions had been taken. Wright said he's not sure higher fines are the answer. He says the statistics show the safety standards in the industry are high. Adam Hunter, CBC News, Regina.